All right, everybody, we're here in downtown Auburn Hills. You might ask, where is downtown Auburn Hills? There's a downtown Auburn Hills? There is a downtown Auburn Hills. So downtown Auburn Hills is Squirrel in Auburn, all right? And it was actually founded in 1821 right here because the Clinton River runs right over there. And they've got a really cool riverside park that has Wi-Fi for anybody who wants to come downtown. It's absolutely fantastic location. So downtown Auburn Hills has actually had $18 million poured into it to build it out. And there is a ton of development happening in Auburn Hills. To me, it's one of the best kept secrets in Oakland County because of how much development, how much money in development is coming into this area. It's the next boom spot in Oakland County. So there's all kinds of stuff going on. They have summer concert series, Spooktacular, a paddle palooza, all kinds of amazing things going on in the downtown in Auburn Hills. And it has a rich community a rich history like most of the areas in Oakland County. Everything went by the Clinton River. It's founded by the mills and everything that put there. So I highly suggest, we just did an interview with Michigan by the Bottle. We've got another interview coming in, and there's all kinds of restaurants coming in the downtown. So if you haven't been to Auburn Hills recently, I encourage you to come into Auburn Hills, come check it out, because it may not be the Auburn Hills that you remember from the past. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. All right, Joe Delia here with Catherine from Michigan by the Bottle in your Auburn Hills location.
Correct.
So tell me what your role is here.
I'm the manager of this location.
Got it.
That oversees guest experience.
Love it. So tell me about some of the experiences guests have when they come to Michigan by the Bottle in the Auburn Hills location. You mentioned about some things previously off camera about parties and the rest of it. So what do people come here for?
Well, people come here to experience Michigan wine. Most people don't know that Michigan wines are beyond Traverse City. So if you've been up to Traverse City, you've got a rough idea, but Michigan wines are from all over the state of Michigan. We represent wineries from the Thumb, the Tip of the Mitt, and the Michigan Lake Shore.
Got it. So if someone's coming into this location, what are some of the unique things you guys do with different events and those sort of things?
We do a number of different things. We have pop-up food events. We have winemakers dinner where we actually bring our winemakers in and we do a multi-course meal with the winemakers discussing each course and wine. We actually have a private room here to do bridal showers, birthday parties, just get-togethers. And you can rent out the whole establishment for nonprofit fundraisers, bigger birthday parties, or other events.
I love that. You mentioned, we're here in downtown Auburn Hills. We're doing a feature on Auburn Hills. You've mentioned that the city supported you guys in a great way. Can you talk a little bit about that?
The city has been great. First of all, when the owners, Courtney and Shannon, were looking to open up in Auburn Hills, they were looking out by Great Lakes Crossing, and that location fell through. And the city officials suggested, come look at downtown. And Shannon and Courtney, like a lot of other people, said downtown Auburn Hills. And they came down here and fell in love. They fell in love so much, they actually live in some of the condos in the area.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep. But what's nice about Auburn Hills is that during COVID shutdown, they fast-tracked our permits to expand our patio. So we tripled our patio size. They also set up what they call social areas, and you could go, and social areas were all within walking distance of our location. You could buy a bottle of wine here and go sit in one of these social areas with your friends, enjoy your bottle of wine, order pizza from up the street, and get outside and be less confined during the COVID.
I love it. That's amazing. What a cool way to pivot the community to allow people to still come together, but do it in a more responsible way at the end of the day. So that's awesome. So obviously you're a wine shop, you're the manager, you know this place inside and out. What are some, if someone's to come in and they're going to say, hey Catherine, give me your most popular, or actually I'm going to ask you two questions.
Okay.
Your most popular, and then separately what your favorite is.
My most popular wine is Rudy's Red. That's from Cody Cresta, which is in the Michigan Lake Shore. It is a semi-sweet red, and I currently am out, but I'm getting more on Friday.
Okay.
So our winemakers deliver our own wines. So when we're out, we have to wait till we get enough to make it worth the trip for them to come in. My favorite wine is actually from the same winemaker, and that would be Tradition, which is a Cabernet Franc Merlot blend.
A Cabernet Franc Merlot blend. So I don't consider myself a wine person, so explain to me with your expertise, what is a Cabernet, whatever you just said?
Cabernet Franc is one of the considered a noble grape, an original grape. It's one of the grapes commonly used in a Bordeaux blend, which is a combination of Cabernet Franc, Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, and then 3 or 4 different other ones that are probably really recognized. Carmenere, Petit Verdot, etc.
So it's a blend between all of those? Is that what I'm hearing?
This one is just the Merlot and Cabernet Franc.
Got it. Okay.
A Bordeaux blend traditionally includes all of those.
Interesting.
Or in varying amounts.
We're all learning together here. Yeah, this is fantastic. I know a little bit, like poquito. Poquito, is that how you say it in Spanish? I don't know. But yeah, that's super interesting. Thanks for sharing that. So your favorite is a red sweet from, or I'm sorry, not your favorite, your most popular. It's a red sweet.
Semi-sweet.
Cool, awesome. And you mentioned that this location is in business with how many different wineries that are in the state of Michigan?
This location partners with 12 different wineries. Our other 2 locations partner with 8 and 6 different wineries. You can actually visit any Michigan by the bottle and never taste the same wines you've tasted somewhere else.
That is fascinating. So where are those other locations at?
Royal Oak and Shelby Township.
Gotcha, awesome. Well, I just want to thank you for your time. I think this is a super unique opportunity for somebody. The idea that you can have the winemaker come in and have some meals paired with it and have them explain what's happening, I think is absolutely fascinating, something someone should take great advantage of. So thank you for everything that you do, and thanks for meeting with us.
Well, thank you, and
cheers.
Cheers.
All right, Joe Delia here with Joe and Brandon Kidder. Thank you, the owner of the Family Table here in Auburn Hills. And so I just want to talk to you guys about the Family Table. What is it, if someone's to come to the Family Table Cafe, what would be maybe the experience they would have by coming here?
Well, we hope that they feel like they're at home, that they feel like they're walking into our, to someone's home, and they have that warmth and that family feel. Our servers do a great job with that side of things, of making people feel warm, and then the food should make it warm inside. Should make it feel good. It's yeah, like it's at home.
I love that answer. Yeah, so home cooking is what I hear. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, everything here's we're a scratch kitchen, so everything we do it in house, and people enjoy that because they know that the quality is always there.
I love that. So what are some of your most popular dishes?
My personal favorite and top one is the breakfast burrito.
Okay.
So come in, get nice and full for the morning, get ready for a big day. Honey apple grilled cheese. Brandon is the one who created it. Came up with it. We were looking for some new features, and it's an awesome sandwich. What else?
And then I would say the veggie breakfast bowl, a little healthy twist on what breakfast usually is. And then we have a raspberry ricotta French toast.
Raspberry ricotta French toast?
Yep, so we got a 50% split of a little ricotta, a little cream cheese, some raspberries in there, finished with a nice raspberry compote, a little powdered sugar.
Oh, my wife will be excited about that. Yeah, we're definitely coming now. Yeah, I like it.
So yeah, so some creative dishes and then some classics too, but a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I love that. So why Auburn Hills? So we're sitting in downtown Auburn Hills, which, by the way, I had no idea has exploded the way it has. That's been an incredible experience coming in here. Holy smokes.
Yep, the city has done a great job of just rebuilding downtown. I went to school in Avondale, spent my whole formative years down in Auburn Hills. So when this came up, it was like, let's go home.
Wow, that's really cool. How's the community kind of supported you guys through everything that the restaurant industry's experienced over the last couple of years?
Well, I think the community's done a great job of supporting, whether it's, even the city manager stopped in and we've done some programs through the city itself. The fire department, the police department have come in and supported when everything shut down. So that and our regulars that we've built up over the last 5 or 6 years. When things did turn for the worse, they were here for carryouts and continued on to keep us here. So
Wow, that's awesome.
ton of love for the community.
Yeah, and then we also work with the high school. There's a program out there called Beans to Bags. They provide books and sundries that kids need. And so our coffee that we have here, we purchase through them. They do it all in-house there. Best coffee in Auburn Hills.
Okay.
But, it's a back and forth.
Yeah, I love that. So what is what is kind of your peak time? When do people come in the most, and when is this place just absolutely jam-packed?
Saturday and Sunday for breakfast and lunch.
Yeah.
So all day Saturday and Sunday we're full. And then weekdays we're most busy at lunch.
Okay.
Breakfast can be a little quiet, but as soon as 11:30 pops off, Tuesday to Friday, we're pretty much full.
Got it.
So yeah.
You have so I read online, and I haven't experienced these things. So you said you grew up here. You currently are a resident here. Is that what I heard earlier?
In Rochester.
Rochester. Okay, so you're right by. So there's all kinds of stuff. It looks like that the community puts on throughout the summer.
Mm-hmm.
How does the traffic of that translate into your business?
Parents come out for the kids concerts. They either will come by here beforehand or after, get breakfast or lunch. We get involved with all of the downtown activities, the Halloween stuff we have down here, the Summerfest and Christmas tree lighting. So we make sure we're not open in the evening, but we make sure that we're open so that everybody gets a chance to come by and say hi.
I love that. I saw one thing I always pay attention to is like how easy is it to frequent the businesses, and I love that there's no parking meters.
Oh yeah, that's sweet.
That's fantastic. You come down, you don't have to worry about getting a ticket outside. You could take your time. That's a nice feature.
Yep.
I know Lake Orion has something similar. I was talking with the city manager up there, and it's great. Whereas if you go to some communities, the minute that thing clicks red, you're getting $25, right? So yeah, I thought that was great about Auburn Hills, that they're not doing that. Make it real easy for the businesses and people that come frequent and not have to worry about checking their watch every minute to see the parking meter. So in parting, if someone's to come into the family table, what at the end of the day do you want them to feel by the time they get out of here?
Full.
I love that.
That they had a good time.
Monkey bread,
Yeah.
monkey bread.
Oh yeah, we if you're brand new, we have a little item that I bake every day. It's called monkey bread.
Okay.
Put a little bit of glaze on it and go to town.
That's the monkey bread? All
That's
right.
the monkey bread, and
All right.
it's people like it.
So is that a family recipe right there, or where'd you come up with
Yeah, kind of just, we were trying to come up with something that we wanted to greet everybody with every day. And it was like, well, we can do this, this, and this. And I put it together right before we opened, and it's been a staple ever since.
I love it. Well, I can't wait to come to this place. Tell me one more time, what was the French toast? Raspberry
ricotta.
Raspberry ricotta. My wife is going to love that. We will be in here for that, and I'm sure my kids will be running around. So thank you to both of you for hosting us here, and look forward to coming and frequenting your place.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. Subscribe below, like the video, leave a comment, tell us what you liked, tell us maybe what you didn't like, tell me where you want us to go next, and we'll see you next time.